Coming at you full-fledged, it's your boy Regg, man, Regg, with another video for y'all, man. Welcome, YouTube. This is going to be a quick one. This idea just came to my mind not too long ago. So, of course, in the thumbnail, you see a photo. You can't see the entire photo, but I got you. That initial post where I got the image from will be in the description below, where all the other information I use as a reference for my videos will be always in the description if y'all didn't know. Now, on the entire picture is a showing of a graph that details which of the 30 NBA teams has the fewest amount of nationally televised games to the highest amount. In the top 10, you have obvious choices like the Golden State Warriors and the Boston Celtics, who just made the finals 2 postseasons ago. The Miami Heat and the Phoenix Suns, who over the past 5 years showed they can consistently make deep playoff runs. And former champs in the Milwaukee Bucks and reigning champions in the Denver Nuggets. More surprisingly, the last 3 teams are the Philadelphia 76ers, the Dallas Mavericks, and the New York Knicks. And the Los Angeles Lakers, the last 4, I mean. Not to digress, though. I don't care how big a market California is. If I'm the higher-ups, I'm not giving the Lakers that many TV games. Simply because since the NBA bubble tournament, they just have been a bad team to watch visually as a basketball fan, viewer, aficionado, historian, whatever you want to call yourself. And I'm going to leave it at that. Because I don't want this to digress into another topic. I'm just going to leave it at that. And while I'm saying that, shout out to the Knicks, man. Shout out to All Ball TV, Fabian Perspective, all the Knicks fans, man. Shout out to the Knicks for y'all recent success. You see the middle, which I think is pretty spot on in representing either the up-and-coming or middle-of-the-road teams. The Memphis Grizzlies and LA Clippers, middle of the road, either by injuries or off of the court incidents. I see San Antonio is getting more games due to the drafting of Victor Wembanyama. The Cleveland Cavaliers, OKC Thunder. Okay, that's pretty spot on. And finally, what I wanted to highlight, the last 10 teams with the least amount of TV games. The Wizards and Pacers, as I've said before, those two are practically farm system organizations for other franchises via trades in the draft. I'm certain they will never pick up a top free agent unless they absolutely want to go to Washington, D.C. Poor teams like the Detroit Pistons, Orlando Magic, and Houston Rockets. You got teams that are just stuck in the mud, man, like Portland. The Portland Trailblazers with Dame. Of course, you see Dame trying to get out of Portland. If he gets out of Portland, they're going to be, who knows how they're going to be. You got the Chicago Bulls, who got what they got going on with Lonzo Ball, or what allegedly is going on with Lonzo Ball, according to what Ball is saying about Stephen A. Smith, but I digress. Got the Utah Jazz, who had a all-star this past season in Larry Marketing, but they still up and coming, and they still middle of the road, both. And I would consider the same thing for the Toronto Raptors, considering that still vestiges of that 2019 championship team is still there in I think Anunoby was there. I think he was there. Definitely Van Vliet and Siakam. But then you still got you got players in their prime like them, like Siakam, who are just now getting into their prime, like Siakam and Van Vliet. Then you got younger players like OG Anunoby and Gary Trent Jr. and damn, what's his name? Scotty Barnes. You got them players. So that's the conundrum Toronto is facing right now. And finally, you have the Charlotte Hornets. While this team hasn't been the most successful, I gotta call BS on them having only one nationally televised game. That just doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's only a certain number of games that can be distributed to each team. Again, you're telling me, based on their performances just last season, essentially waiting until the trade deadline to make a push in the playoffs, the Lakers, and then we can digress into the series against the Warriors and all that, but the Lakers should have damn near 30 televised games. As we now know, Michael Jordan sold his majority ownership stake in the Charlotte Hornets for approximately $3 to $4 billion, going 423 and 600 in his 13 seasons in charge. Let's just think about this for a minute. The NBA would rather accentuate the constant shortcomings of an old, injury-riddled team led by a declining superstar on a dumpster fire of a franchise team rather than an electric team like the 2020-2021 Hornets with all-star LaMelo Ball, domestic abuser, future all-star LaMelo Ball, domestic abuser Miles Bridges, P.J. Washington, Terry Rozier, Gordon Hayward, etc. Not to mention the dark days of the Bobcats before Jordan gained ownership of the team. If you remember, none of this was the original plan for MJ. He was supposed to gain some sort of ownership of the Washington Wizards from a Poland after making a deal with him and David Stern that he would come back to the league and bring some more ratings to the product until they eventually drafted his historic and occultic successor in LeBron James. In hindsight, Poland is third, reneged on the deal. Jordan was pissed, but ultimately he'd gained ownership of the then Charlotte Bobcats, or New Orleans Bobcats, whatever they were called, from former owner Robert L. Johnson, who was the first quote-unquote black majority owner of a franchise of any of the four major sports teams in the entire United States. In August 2023, with over 70 black players in the National Basketball Association, the league has 0 owners of Aboriginal descent. As a conclusion, I can make a deduction that Jordan got tired, man. he saw some value in the team staying involved for that long. But it seemed like Adam Silver and other factions in the league wanted the team to stay where it was. I mean, look at the increased coverage of the Hawks, the Pelicans, hell, even the Minnesota Timberwolves. Charlotte got one televised game. Yes, they were injury riddled last season. But with all their players coming back, they get one televised game. That's nuts. Let me know what y'all think about this, man. Did Jordan get fed up? Did Jordan see the writing on the wall? According to my guy Carcino for life, subscribe to my guy Carcino, he saw the writing on the wall years ago, right when LaMelo got drafted. Did he see the writing on the wall with this? As a black owner, y'all see what Jordan had to endure as an owner. He had to endure constant ridicule by the media saying he was a great player, but he was a terrible owner, not considering that the team was trash before he owned it, and it just so happened that the other one of 30, the one black owner was the owner of that trash organization as well. They don't take that into account. Let me know what y'all think, man. Smash that like button. Comment at the beginning, middle, and end of the video. Share for others to see. Subscribe if you're new. Of course, hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I drop. And if there's a particular topic you want me to speak on, hit that link in the pinned comment section below and donate to the Rage Man. I'm glad to be back on this video. Went through some bullshit a couple days ago where a very popular, I'm not gonna say credible, not even news source, just tabloid basically, in the city tried to slander my name. But I'm back. I just had to take a little break. You know, we back, more content. The season coming up. We got 2K finna, NBA 2K24 finna come out. We got Mortal Kombat 1 finna come out. That's more content right there. The season finna come out, and we coming with more original content like this. So tune in, boy.